Hey guys, what's up? I hope that everyone's cool and everyone had a very nice weekend. We'll talk about the price action around 9 a.m. New York local time. So after 7 minutes, in the 7 minutes, we'd love to listen each other. How was the weekend? What did you do around the weekend? Did you came in front of your? Did you come in front of your chart or not? We'll just talk about this little bit until 9 a.m. so that other people can join. And then we can start our new session in Christmas week. Just let me know if you can hear me or not. I can't speak in Hindi, brother. Rohit. I guess you can hear me, right? All good. Hey, Gupta, thanks for that. Uh, what a week is coming in front of us. This week, when I'm seeing this calendar, it's telling me that please don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me this week. We'll talk about all of these things around 9 a.m. New York local time. So until 6 more minutes, will wait for other people to join. Let's talk to us, brother. Okay, no problem. Thank you, Rohit, for understanding, brother. Hey, history of religion. How are you, brother? Nagis Akhtar. Thanks for that. Hi, sister. Don't touch it until next year. Yeah, something like that. By the way, how was your London session, guys? Mhm. 42 people are watching right now. Please push the like button before starting our stream around 9 a.m. New York local time. I thought that I will make the weekly analysis video, then I didn't get the time, so I didn't do the weekly analysis. But we'll do that after 9 a.m. Fairness was to clean shared in on Discord. Oh, okay, Gupta. That's cool, man. Good morning, Morad. How are you, brother? It's too sunny. The sun is over here. At the same time, too windy. Very cold. On the pin comment, guys, there is our Discord link. If any of you are interested to join us in our Discord, welcome to join. And it's absolutely 100% free. Okay, so no need to think about paying anything over here. This is all for learning, and we actually keep talking about this price action. Wow, actually missed all of this comment. I didn't open the Discord today. Yeah, yeah, guys. Actually, you guys, if you want, you can join us in our Discord. Everything's free over here. 4 more minutes. I would love to wait, and then we'll start talking about the price action. Yes, I'm here. Where do you live, Morat? I forgot, brother. Hey, Vishwas Pandey, how are you, brother? Should we trade now these days or not? We should not trade. I mean, when you are watching this calendar, simply you should give up. After watching this calendar, I can give up. I don't need to see the price action. Just after seeing this calendar, I can give up. Why can't join Discord? What is the problem? You can change the browser, I guess. If you change the browser, maybe you will be able to join because this link or the Discord join link, it can't be expired. So I think you should just change the website or the web browser, not website, sorry, web browser, and you'll be able to join. I hope so. Morad in Morocco. Oh, okay. It's winter over there in Morocco. Mhm. Mhm. 1 more minute, then we'll start talking about the price action a little bit, because most of the time I show you what is going to happen next, and then that is going to happen almost every time. We'll talk about this little bit. If any of you are not our subscriber, you can join us in our YouTube family as well. It is also for free. Everything is free. Teaching should be free. Appreciation is different, but teaching should be free. First day in the winter. Oh, okay. Then just to congratulate the winter. Say like, welcome winter. I was waiting for you. Okay. Okay, guys. I think just 1 more minute to go. Then we'll start talking about the price action. The upcoming price action actually. So pre-market analysis or weekly analysis, whatever you say, I'm gonna agree with that. 23rd of December, 25th of December is the Christmas, if I'm not wrong. Yep, 25th of December is the Christmas. So around the Christmas, most of the big traders, they don't trade. They they actually celebrate the Christmas. So in that moment when the big market or big, the people can ask the reason for the manipulation. Those type of people are not trading around this Christmas time, most of them. And we are the retail trader. I'm the very small size trader where we don't have any value, to be honest. We should not enter in that market, in my opinion. So we should let that specific time to go where there is low probability beforehand. Now, price can be so beautiful around the Christmas moment, but most of the time it's possible. I mean, we have seen that around Christmas time, price is too volatile, too, nasty, not following any rules, so much manipulation. This type of things most of the time happens around Christmas. Again, it can be so beautiful price action as well. Nobody knows. But where I know that most of the time it can be like those type of nasty price action, I should be careful. I should not touch that market until I find out something good over there. In other hand, this is the last, I mean, what to say? I mean, the last week, almost the last week of this year. So after this week, market is going to, I mean, not exactly after this week, but almost this is the last week. So around this time, market is going to close the yearly candle. Okay. So this is kind of closing. New year is going to open around next month. So around the closing, most of the people try to, you know, secure their profit. So they do something. I mean, to secure the profit, sometimes they actually close the trade. Sometimes they over leveraged over there to make more profit little bit. I mean, all of the weird thing happens around the closing time because most of the people try to secure their profit around this time, closing time. So when they're doing something that is not regular or like not normal price action, we should not participate in that price action. That is why this around the closing time, it can be the weekly candle close, it can be the monthly candle close, it can be the yearly candle close. This type of closing days or closing times, we should be careful. We should not rush into the trade. We should avoid this market. Again, it can be so beautiful. Next year is coming, so new year, new open, new monthly open, new weekly open. Everything is going to happen next month. I mean, in January, 1st of January next month. Around that time, we should not participate in the price action as well. Why? Because after opening, what do you see every day? Around midnight, market most of the time so much consolidating until the London session. So same thing happen in the yearly candle open. So the January month can be like little sideways from the very high time frame. It can be sideways. Now, when it will be sideways in a very high time frame, in a very lower time frame, either it is gonna be like seek and destroy mode, or it's most of the time it's gonna be like too much consolidation. That is why I told that from 17th of the December or around 17th of the December to until week first week of the February. So you can start reading the price action from the next second week of the February, again with precision, with expecting something very specific. You can look for that in this time, 17th of the December to first week of February. This is the low probable time where most of the time I have already explained why it can be so consolidating, so choppy, weird things. Now, we should not trade in this moment. 100% we are going to trade, but make sure that you are not over leveraging. Make sure you are using the lowest leverage and don't over trade. The best case of scenario, focus on your eval or the paper money instead of your funded account. Try to take some like weekly, maybe one trade or two trade in your funded account maximum, and rest of the time spend your time with your eval. Try to pass them. If you can pass them, add them or copy trade, copy add, okay, copy add with your other funded account. If you are not able to buy new eval, I mean maybe some kind of financial situation, in that type of situation, go with your paper money to the trading view. You will be able to open a free paper money account. I mean, you don't need to do anything, just connect with the paper money and then practice with your paper money. Don't involve your real money. Maybe you have a personal account. Don't use that personal account, please. It's my request. So that was all about the trading time. Every day is gonna be low probability for me. Still, we will try to capture what is going to happen next. We'll try to predict that. After seeing this calendar, last week I told that it's gonna be the very beautiful week and every day is high probable trading day. Except there was the FOMC morning session, around that morning session, except that session. And as you can see, from Monday to Friday, almost every day was so beautiful price action. Almost every day. Even the FOMC news was so beautiful. My bias was wrong. So I was not able to catch or get any profit from FOMC because my bias was wrong. Market was extremely bearish. My bias was wrong around the FOMC. Otherwise, if my bias was right, I could make a lot of money from that FOMC as well. So last week was a beautiful week. And look at this week. Monday, no red folder news. Tuesday, no red folder news. Wednesday, bank holiday. Thursday, we have unemployment claims. It's little important, but after the holiday, to be honest, the morning session is the lowest probable area. So though it is an important news, but as it is after the bank holiday, I'm gonna expect the same situation over here as well. That gonna be like weird price action. Then Friday, we don't have even the mid impact news in Friday as well. So this whole week is the week where we should spend with our paper money. Again, it can be so beautiful price action. Nobody knows that. But according to our knowledge or history, we know that this type of week actually low probable week. So we should avoid this type of week. Don't rush. Don't think that this is the last week. Next week is gonna be the better opportunity. The day after next week, it's gonna. I mean, the the next week after the next week is gonna be much more beautiful. So from news, I have nothing to think about except Wednesday is the holiday. So Tuesday I'm able to trade around the lunch hour, and I believe that around the lunch hour is gonna be the beautiful price action around Tuesday because Wednesday has the bank holiday. Either way, overall this is low probability. I'm just talking if I need to trade, what I should do. But remember, everything is depending on low probable area to trade. Let's come to this dollar index. This is the dollar index weekly chart, and as you can see here, this is that weekly bearish fair value gap. Okay, so for market trade, the low of that weekly bearish fair value gap, respect, I mean, fall little bit, trade that bullish fair value gap perfectly, went higher again, closed above that high. Does it look like that it's reaching for that 50% of that weekly bearish fair value gap? Does it look like to you or not? It will go through this 50%, then go higher, then take that high, maybe it will make here. I don't care about them right now. Doesn't it look like that it is reaching for that constant encroachment? What else can happen? Maybe it will fall before reaching over there. It will fall little bit, then it will go higher. But isn't it too obvious that it seems like that market is going for that 50% of that weekly bearish fair value gap? I think so. From weekly chart, seems like that it's reaching for that constant encroachment. So I should be bullish for dollar index. Let's come to the daily chart. This is that daily last gap over here, and this is the area. Market has been traded the low, rejected from the low. Now, when I see that market has rejected from the low, I really would love to see it will reach at least to the constant encroachment. So I will get low rejection, constant encroachment rejection. When market tap over there, I told that now is the time to look for some kind of reaction from that low. If you remember or not, I don't know. I don't remember, but I told wait for the reaction, and I want to see this fair value gap. 50% is not even going to be touched if market is bullish. If it is broken, then I will start to think that maybe it will come here anywhere around this area. I don't know. But if it is bullish, which I am expecting now, it should reach at least until the constant encroachment of that daily bearish fair value gap, as it failed even touch that bullish fair value gap from the daily chart. So it was a very nice sign that I'm bullish. Let's go to 4-hour chart. So here is 4-hour chart. From 4-hour chart, as you can see, this is that daily gap, and if you look over here from that volume balance to until this area, that is that 4-hour only gap. From the low of that daily bearish fair value gap, market fall failed even to come until the 50% of that candle going higher. This is the volume balance. I first want to see that market will go through this volume balance, then it will go through this last gap from 4-hour chart, then I will expect this is going to be taken. Until they are not broken, it can retrace little more. There is nothing wrong if it retrace little more. It can spend little more time here before reaching over there. I'm watching just, or I will get the confirmation when these two things is gonna be broken, then I'll get that market is going over here. Now, how do I mean, until then we will wait. 100% it's not going to happen by one day. It can happen, but maybe it will happen like after 2 days. So that 2 days I will wait for the confirmation that it is extremely bullish, or they are going to hold the price, market is actually falling. This constant encroachment is going to be broken and market is going to fall. Maybe for this sell side liquidity, this sell side liquidity, there is some sell side liquidity as well. So are they going for those sell side liquidity or not? So I need the confirmation. I have an expectation that market will go over here by seeing the market, but now I need to wait for the price action to provide me whatever I'm expecting for. Guys, I don't know it is little complicated or not. If it is complicated, just let me know, okay, to the comment box, that is it hard to understand the things I'm explaining over here, or is it really understandable? Okay, please let me know before I start to continue again. I talked too much. Will NM news have any impact on impact? I don't think so, Richie Pope. I'm clear. Oh, okay. Thank you, guys. And I'm coming. Okay, I'm coming to the conclusion. Don't worry. I'm coming to the conclusion. Just let me go with this speed. Thank you. If you guys get the point. So right now I will wait for the confirmation. Does it really would love to go higher and support my weekly target or weekly prediction? So I need to wait, but before going higher it can do like a some kind of reaction. Let's come to the hourly chart. This is the hourly chart, and if you see, this is the hourly gap here. as well. This candle low, that candle high, hourly gap. Market reached until the low of this daily bearish gap, little violation. Then finally market broke, went through this. That was my intention yesterday. Sorry, in Friday. Market will use this as a resistance and then it will fall. I want to see that it is going to react with the upper portion of this hourly bullish parallel gap. Go, my stream is over there and nothing I changed or nothing I have deleted. Exactly, I told that I want to see it will work with the upper portion of this hourly gap. Then it will start to go higher. So perfectly it worked over here, reached until this area, didn't even touch the 50%. It was acceptable that market will go a little lower and trade that area as well, which is a volume balance as well. But it didn't do that. It is acceptable as well. Worked with the upper portion. What a nice bull move. Got little resistance over here, break through that resistance, came inside this gap or volume balance, struggling to break it. Before it break, it can go little lower, maybe until this gap or maybe this hourly gap top one more time to use as a support. Then it will go through this last parallel gap from both 4 hour chart and hourly chart. You can see the last parallel gap is over here. So I just would love to use it from 4 hour chart as I'm using dollar index, and then they will go through this and it will take this shallow run, which is over here, shallow run, which is the obvious liquidity, and finally the 50% of that daily bearish gap, at least until that area. Then we will see if it can go through this gap and go for much more higher or not. But until the 50% of that area, I'm willing to look for bullish run. Let's go to the NQZ 2024. No, not NQZ actually, it should be NQ8. So this is the NQ over here. This last week candle. I am using the weekly candle. Okay, this is the last week candle. This line is the 30% of that whole range. Okay, so from there to here, this is that 30%, and just below here it's 20%. So last week I was expecting that market is going to close around that 30%. Just remember this black line situated around the 30% of that weekly candle. Okay, so just remember this whole bold line is the 30% of that weekly bearish candle. Now over here, as you can see, this is a bullish fair value gap. Over here around this area, this is a bullish fair value gap. I wanted to see that if market would love to go higher, it will be violated this bullish parallel gap. But unfortunately, market even didn't close below the 50% of that bullish gap. I'm not happy with that. So I'm not interested to think that it is going to fall and for a longer term, it's going to take that sell side liquidity. So I need more confirmation. It can reverse from here again and take that all time high again, and maybe it will make more higher high. It is also possible as the bullish parabol gap 50% even didn't been broken over here from the weekly chart. So I'm not sure yet. Maybe this week market will consolidate and close below the 50% of that bullish parabol gap or the 50% of that week. See this candle week, 50% of that week. That is gonna be boost my bearishness for longer term. Until now, I'm not 100% sure from the weekly chart is it gonna be long term bearishness or not. Still, it can make the all time high again, but I wanna see it will fall. Just remember this line as dollar index. I'm expecting market will go higher from the weekly chart. I am expecting that it will reach at least until the 50% of that week. So if you mark that week from here to here, this red line is the 50% of that week. So I am expecting it will reach at least until this area, even if it would love to go higher, at least until that area. Then if it wants to go higher, we'll see about that. If I come to this daily chart, and until this thing happened, until that thing happened, that was my only way to look for the projection week to week minus 2 standard deviation from the daily chart. Okay, which is your all-time high. We have been predicted that even before it happened. Exactly came here. Some specific leg you have to mark. Came here, rejected from that minus 2 standard deviation. What a reaction. Look at the reaction. After rejecting that minus 2 standard deviation. After that big reaction, market actually came here to this daily last parallel gap. From that daily leg, look at that leg. In that specific leg, this is the last fair value gap. Okay? So market is respecting to the top of this daily last bullish fair value gap. In the meantime, after a big bull run, if you want to look for a sell, you have to wait for a bearish fair value gap, right? So there is my bearish fair value gap. I don't want to see anybody worked with the upper portion of this gap. If anybody closed above the 50% of that gap, I will be useless. I mean, I will be biasless. I will have no bias, no sell side bias, no buy side bias. I have to wait to until see that this is gonna be broken and market has provided me some kind of big bull run from the daily chart. Then I will have to look for again the bull run, or maybe market will close below the low if it actually close above the 50%. So I'm talking if it close around this area, then what I'm going to think above the 50%, then I have to either wait until body close below this low with some kind of speed move with another fair value gap. Then I will start to think about sell from the daily chart. So my daily bias will be bearish, or market has to go through this gap, make it support either the top or the 50%, and then it will give me another bull move above the all-time high with a fair, I mean, some kind of bull move with a fair value gap over there. Then I will start to think about the all-time high again by projecting the what to say, I mean the projection. So from here to here until this area, I will use for the new projection. Remember, this is all going to happen if market close above the 50% of the daily bearish gap. Then I will start to look for minus 1.5 standard deviation, minus 2.5 standard deviation again, if that type of things happen. But until now, I'm seeing that market has been respected to the standard deviation. So perfect prediction of the closing of that bull run here right now. This daily bullish last fair value gap supporting this price, this is also holding this market. So until market doesn't provide me any kind of confirmation, I'm not able to think that market is going to fall or market is going to go higher. If it can break that daily last gap, then I'll start to think about sell until the next sell side. Maybe it can be this, or maybe we'll look here somewhere the sell side liquidity or something like that. So from the daily chart, remember this is that black line. From the weekly chart, 30% I was expecting. Okay, and this is that area. At the same time, I'm watching this two candle as my breaker block. So high, low, higher high. Market is at the all-time high. Lowest down close body close candle is the most sensitive breaker block, but I'm watching from the top to until the body as market reached until this area. So until the body, I'm observing this two candle as my breaker block. So in when I'll be in lower time frame, you won't be able to see this gap. This gap won't be there, but this breaker block will be there. So let's go to the 4 hour chart little bit, because some people are interested about the 4 hour chart. So here is the 4 hour chart, and as you can see, market came here, closed there, opened here, trading this breaker block from the 4 hour chart. To be honest, it's little weird to look over here. So let's come and go to the area here. From the hourly chart, as you can see, market when came here made that liquidity around this area. From the hourly chart, I have some liquidity here, I have some liquidity there from the hourly chart. From the daily chart, this is that breaker block over here. To down close candle, I told you that the breaker block will be there. So this is that breaker block over here. Market came until this area, very nice reaction, went through this high, trade that breaker block, low rejection, went almost to the breaker block constant enforcement. Can it keep falling? I'm willing to say, can it keep falling? Or for all of this liquidity, if it would love to go higher, it has to go some kind of like bull run, some speed. Then and only then I'll start to think about that buy side liquidity and the all-time high with regarding all of the other information I have told you in daily and weekly chart. From the hourly chart, all I would love to see, all of them will be violated. This gap, that gap, they will be violated. So far, this gap has been violated perfectly. but though it's the entry gap, this is the breakout gap, I want to see body close below the 50% of that gap. Here, this is that daily last fair value gap. Don't get confused. This is that daily last gap. This is the daily breaker block. So these two line is these two gap box is from the daily chart. Otherwise, and this is that weekly 30% area. I will talk about this little bit when I'll be in 15-minute chart. That is that weekly 30%. Okay. And right now, I want to see that market will leave all of this open, or if even if it go little higher, I will start to think about the sell for the sell side liquidity. That is my intention to see. From the 15-minute chart, this is the new week opening gap. So Friday close, Sunday open, new week opening gap, and this is the new day opening gap. That is Wednesday, 18th December. That is the new day opening gap over there. There is another new day opening gap which is from Thursday around this area. New day opening gap. So these two are the new day opening gap. Next week they won't be here anymore, but this new week opening gap will be there. I told that you should observe that new week opening gap and new day opening gap from 15-minute chart. So always remember 15-minute chart. If they respect this new week opening gap, new day opening gap, don't ever don't even think about sell above the new week opening gap, because they are the direction changer. So make sure that even if I'm bearish, I would wait to see if body can close below this new week opening gap. Otherwise, I can't think about the bearishness. So if it's bullish, I have to let all them go. From 15-minute chart, you can see this high and that high. They're the relatively equal highs. So what can happen? Market can go for that buy side liquidity as well. We'll see about them after some kind of bull run, which will provide me some kind of confirmation that market is going for those buy side liquidity instead of falling. But especially I want to see market will keep falling until this line. Now that is the line which I predict that in Friday. So what is the Friday here? In Friday, I told that I want to see market will close around this area. That was my last line where I told that I want to see the reversal from there. Okay, I want to see the reversal now, at least until this line. So that was my intention or expectation from Friday. As you can see, it has taken one more time. That high has been taken one more time. So in this area was the lunch hour. So I really don't care about this area. From here, when market came here, I'm now expecting that market will fall or reverse, but I'm not able to trade in this area because this is the lunch hour, right? So until this candle, it's the lunch hour. Sorry, here, until that candle. From this candle to that candle, this is the lunch hour. In lunch hour, I'm not trading, so I don't have any opportunity to get a stopped out over there. Then market fall, trade until this gap again over here around 230, boom, market fall. My whole interest was that market will reach for that black line. I marked that from my live streaming. You can check it. My intention was that I told that before closing that I want to see this market which will close around this line. But market didn't reach until this area. Do I need that perfect thing here? No. I was looking for sell. I got the opportunity to take the sell from this gap. So if I am in 1-minute chart, if I'm in 1-minute chart, I will start to look for a selling opportunity from there, because it has now trading the 15-minute bearish gap. Remember the bearish gap from 15-minute chart? It was there. So it came here. This is my starting or hunting sell. I'm only interested to look for sell. So if it provide me any opportunity to look for sell over, to find a selling opportunity over here, I'll go for that sell. I'm not interested to look for buy. If you remember, I exactly called here, it was there actually. I told that in my opinion the buy run has done. Market will reverse. Everything is in live. Okay, so you can see, and that was the line I was expecting market will close, but actually market has closed there. So I was wrong over here for near about 100 handle. So market didn't fall 100 handle, but in the meantime it fall according to my bias or according to my expectation, it has fallen like 271 handle. So I was wrong here because market didn't reach until this area. So until this area. Okay. So 62 handle near about 100 handle I was wrong. Market open here. This is that 6 p.m. open in Sunday, boom, open. This is the gap, never came, this gap never finally around 8:30 we had some kind of news, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Market keep falling, took all the sell side liquidity. Is it willing to go higher for those buy side liquidity around this area, all of this buy side liquidity? Or is it actually trading any of this gap before falling again and look for just lower run? I need to wait to get that confirmation. Thank you guys. I hope that it's almost clear to all of you. If still you have some doubt, I will be here. So no need to worry about them. We'll see. Okay, 139 people are watching, 34 likes. It is the most unstable price action ever. Okay, so at least they should be correlated. The concurrent viewer and likes, they should be all together. Monday we have a news around 10 a.m. So we didn't have any news around 8:30. That was good. Start the paper trade. So this is 9:30 open. That is the opening gap, and I'll see for the first presented gap if I get it or not. Hello, good evening, good morning, brother. You only gonna trade today this week? I'll be here, but as I told at the beginning, it's the lowest probable area to trade. So make sure that you're not holding lot of risk in this week. The first part of this stream is extremely important. If even if you are not my subscriber, make sure that you have heard the first part of this stream. It will help you to avoid or some kind of weird price action. Thank you, Outlander. Jamie, good morning, brother. Thank you. You are most welcome. Hey, DB, how are you, brother? I was so confused yesterday. Have a lot of faith. What about now? Jamie, what about now? Are you still confused? A little bit. Okay, your confusion will be clear. Don't worry. Good morning, Sharda. Still confused. So basically, we are waiting. Yep. Basically, we are waiting. In my mind, I am waiting for sale. Okay. In my mind. But it doesn't mean that I'm going for the sale. I'm just waiting for a selling opportunity according to the price action. First, my target is until this black line, which is the 30% for the TGIF. If market doesn't complete the TGIF in Friday, it can complete that TGIF around Monday. So that black line is my first thinking. Can it reach for that? Good morning, Sachin. 100% Liberman trade. If everything is okay, then I'll obviously trade today. Why is not? Monday is one of the best day to trade. Monday is one of the best day to trade. If you ask me, yeah, I'm sorry about the Friday. Friday is really so difficult for me, but Monday should be so beautiful. I see. I changed my time for 1 hour because in order to see better the farewell gap. Okay. Hey Hassan, it's been a long brother. I'm very glad to see your comment. How are you, brother? And welcome back. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back. Time to do the paper trade again, right now. I'm looking for the first presented farewell gap after 9:30 right now. Okay. Instead of everything, I'm looking for that first presented gap after 9:30. Want to see that market will reach at least to the 50% of that opening gap. See this opening gap? The closing price of Friday, Sunday, 5 p.m. Sorry, not Sunday actually. The closing, what was that? The closing, I think Friday 4:15. Friday 4:15. Yeah, Friday 4:14. Friday 4:14 close, 9:30 open. This is the opening gap. So I want to see that it will reach at least until the 50% of that opening gap. Because the street trader, they are seeing it like this way. Market closed here in Friday. They have opened their trading here. So it is bullish. They want to take the buy. I want to see that they will get stopped out first. When they will chase the price, they will get stopped out. Then, even it would love to go higher, we'll see that later. But right now, I want to see like this way. Walaikum salam, RVP. How are you, brother? Miss you too, Hassan. Miss you too, man. Hey, brother. Learning still. I'm also learning, brother. We all are learning. There is no limit for learning. I think so. Hey, Al Mahmoudi. Walaikum salam, brother. How are you? If you find a good chance, why you are not going to trade? There is no reason, in my opinion. So let's see if this candle can make the first gap, first presented gap after 9:30. That is my intention to see. Can it make the first presented gap or not? Let's go, man. You're most welcome, Al Mahmoudi. Okay, no gap yet. And these candles are little volatile, as you can see. If I mark this candle, this is 45 handle. Okay, so this is a little volatile. So don't don't rush right now. Still now, I don't see anything over here. And it's little volatile as you have seen. Okay, so just be little careful until the opportunity comes. On my right, this is the 15-minute chart for Nasdaq, which is the March contract. You can look for NQH 2024 2425, I guess. 25 2025, yeah. So then you will get this chart, which is the precise price action in my opinion. But if you are using US 500 US 100 as well, there will be little different. Okay, so everything is not perfect in US 100 or any other market except of this market. Some of you may be using NQ1, which is the running contract. Make sure that you have toggle on the adjust ABZ, I guess ADJ or ABZ if you are using the running contract. Then. But in my opinion, you should get this contract for analyzing the price. And to be honest, it's a little painful. You have to pay for the data. If you are using the free version of TradingView, you won't be able to get the live data, so you have to pay for that. I have no affiliation with this, so it's your okay. I mean, if you need the data, you have to pay for that. Good morning, Minato. No gap, nothing. Market opened and started to consolidate. Now, to be honest, nothing to do until market show us something so that we can start to read the price action. Right now, I don't see anything so that I can read the market. For example, how we are going to go for a trade. There is something that should happen one after another. For example, first you have to predict the weekly move, how the market, where the market is actually reaching for by this whole week, by using 5 trading days. You have to predict that weekly prediction. Then the daily prediction, which depends on the narrative. For example, Monday should be the accumulation day, which is the range bound market. Okay, so it's not gonna be the expansion, it's not gonna be like mm, trend or something like that. It should be something like accumulation. So if it is accumulating, which way it is going to do that accumulation? Is it bullish way? Is it bearish way? That's why we need the weekly prediction. If our weekly bias is bullish, then we'll expect that market will work with the lower accumulation. If our bias is bearish, then we will expect that Monday will make the higher accumulation. Then Tuesday market will take that buy side liquidity, higher accumulation liquidity, buy side liquidity. Then it will start to go for the sell side liquidity by using Wednesday and Thursday. As we have like Wednesday closing, so accumulation and manipulation can happen by today, okay, as we have the Wednesday close. but we'll see about that. Now, when you are looking for sell or you are looking for buy, depending on your weekly prediction and daily narrative, if you are willing for sell, now you should wait for something that is gonna tell you that it's time to start to read the price action. What type of things? Like right now, I saw that market has taken that buy side liquidity. Okay? And from the regular trading hour, it has taken some kind of swing high from previous, I mean Friday PM session. So it has taken some liquidity. Perfect. When it has taken some liquidity, I need some kind of bearish fair value gap over here. If I get that bearish gap, I will start to read the price. I'm not start to push the button. I will start to read the price. While I'm reading the price, what do I mean by reading the price? I want to see this, that after that, that after that, that after that. I mean, I want to see something, and I will see that market has started to provide me what I'm looking for. That is called the reading price action. Now, when you are reading price action and you are seeing that market is respecting your expectation, then you will start to look for a setup or the model. Now, this setup can create when you start the reading price action. After starting the reading price action within 1 or 2 minutes, the setup can create. Or when you will start to read the price action, the setup will create maybe after 2 hours. It is also possible. It depends on the price actually. Okay? So we'll see when we'll get the model or the setup, then we'll push the button. These are all the things that should happen one after another. So let's see if it can make this gap as our first presented gap. And I believe that it's the first presented gap according to me and ICT. So I will just remove it. I'll mark it from volume balance actually. Mm, 23 handles. So I will try to take entry from there. Target should be 25 handle. Okay? Stop loss 20 handle. Target should be 25 handle. If and only if I see that body has closed above that fair value gap, even before stopping me out, body has closed one tick above that gap, I'll close this trade. I'll take a re-entry for the buying opportunity. Otherwise, I would love to see if it can provide me 25 handle. There you go. Done. Let's go home, brother. Let's go home. Done. 25 handle. Done, brother. Done. Let's go home. We just I don't care how far it has reached. I don't care about that. It has reached until 55. I don't care about that. All I care, can it provide me 25 handle? And 25 handle is much more smarter. Trust me, man. It's much smarter than you think. If you can go for this 25 handle, at least 3 days out of 5 days, you need nothing else, man. Look at the reaction from the 50% of that opening gap. The 50% reaction reached until the lower quadrant of that opening gap here, reacted from the 50% of that opening gap. I wanted to see it will reach at least until this 50%. Then we will see if it can go through this or if it would love to go higher. Hello, done. Thank you. See you guys. Bye bye. Hey, Asam. You missed a lot of things, brother. We are making the history over here. And obviously, this first presented gap is the starting of that historical, what to say, I mean, step or something. I don't know, first step. I'm not looking for buy run, I'm looking for sell run. Okay, so don't get confused. I'm still looking for sell, but I will wait until price close below this new week opening gap. Once the market will close below this new week opening gap, I will start to think about the selling opportunity again. That was the entry depending on our first presented gap. We are providing the conferences every day. Why I took the entry over there? Because my stop loss should be at least 20 handle, which is going to cover the candle has made the first presented gap. So it should be at least 20 handle. So I will take the entry from there, not from the low of that first presented gap. Though I have covered that volume balance, because week to week it's already more than 10 handle. So I am still looking for sell. I believe that this market will go through this new week opening gap and it will reach at least until this black line. So I'm still looking for sell. Just need to wait for a body close below this new week opening gap from 15 minute chart. That's all I need. I will let all of this go. I needed the boom. I got the boom. That's all. Anybody took that sell? Let me know. Anybody has taken this sell? Take a partial around 20 handle. Hold your trade until as long as you want. Maybe until this black line. Hold it until that black line. But make sure that your partial is around 20 handle. If you ask me, I prefer 20 handle partial, 25 handle close trade. Done. Okay, sir. Yes. Boom. Thank you, man. CSTB. Oh, okay, CSTB has taken. Minato has taken. Alex. That was a beautiful sell. Yeah, that was sell, man. I took. Okay, I took. Yes, yes, no. Yes, already below new week opening gap. Want NQ to do the same. Uh, I believe that it will actually go through this and it will reach until this line. But I need the confirmation. Just I would love to wait to see that if market can actually break it from 50-minute chart from Nasdaq. Yeah, if you ask like that type of, it's little risky because yes, as you told, yes has already broken that new week opening gap. Yeah, I think it has already broken that new week opening gap, and it is also going to break it. But I want to wait until the body close from the 15-minute chart for over confirm that really market has broken it or not. I don't want to get confused, so I will wait for that candle close. Same MNQ. That's perfect. Book 25 handle. Boom, man. First present fair value identity to top of the top. Yeah, Mahmoudi, thanks, man. Micro dam. It doesn't matter, man. It's okay. I told you, Outlander, I just told you, build the confidence first. It's not going to happen like every single time it's going to work. But as soon as, what do you see? Last week and this week, how many times it is working? Sometimes it will not work. Okay, maybe you will just go one time, not two, not even two times, just go for one time. If it worked like that way, go for that. If it doesn't work, even you don't need to look for the inverse gap, inverse way. Okay, and then keep counting how many times it works. It provide you 25 handle at least. Build the confidence, then go for 10 mini account, I mean mini contract. Okay. Yes, I took the sell and I took the partial and I'm still in the market because of narrative. That's cool, man. Yeah, I have no problem if you'd love to hold it for so long. I have no problem with that, okay? But make sure that you have taken the partial. Without partial, if any of you would love to go for the runner, I'm not going to support them. Without partial, going for runner is kind of like foolishness. So take the partial, hold your trade as long as you want. I have no problem with that. You will be able to do that, Outlander. As I told you, you just need to give the priority. Okay, the thing I showed here, you please give the priority, then observe it for two months. Okay, observe it for 2 months, then find out how strong that is. Khalid, I took it. Oh, okay. And can you please explain why you expecting market to go down? What are on? Look at the reaction of this new week opening gap. I know, I believe that it will be broken and market will keep falling, but still, look at the reaction from the new week opening gap. This is the top. By the way, guys, I'm going to remove this opening gap. As you can see, it has fully closed this opening gap. ICT keep using this as a resistance, this whole gap as a resistance, but I don't need to use this as a resistance because I have the new week opening gap over here. So I'm either way, I'm waiting to see that it's going to be broken or not. Look at the reaction. Top is resisting. Okay, the top of this new week opening gap is resisting. I don't want to fall. Just look at this. That is why I don't prefer taking sell above here. I believe that this market will fall, but I'm not able to catch those type of reaction. This reaction will stop me out. If I'm in a trade, that will stop me out. I don't want to get stopped out. That's why I don't prefer taking sell when market is above the new week opening gap. Instead, if you would love to go for buy, you better go for that, but don't take the selling risk. Now, if your bias is bearish, obviously you're not going to take the buy, right? Even if it go and keep going higher, you don't care because you are not looking for buy. You are looking for sell. So if you are looking for sell, you will keep waiting. Netkit was the beginning of this stream. Thank you, Outlander. Thank you, man. Don't talk loud about this parallel gap. The market maker may hear us and he will stop it from working. Okay, okay. Okay. Next time I will not talk about this first presented gap loudly. I'll talk about this slowly. News in 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, we have a medium impact news. So see. From dollar index is still bullish. Okay. From dollar index is still bullish. As you can see, it's still bullish. But yeah, obviously we will see if it can go through this or not. If it can go through this, I'm perfect, and I will start to think about that market is reaching for that area, while NQ will keep falling. So need to wait until this thing is going to confirm that it's broken. Wanna see this first presented gap? If it is broken, then maybe market will keep going higher, little more. We'll see. No buy is valid below the first presented gap. no sell is valid above the new week opening gap. So make sure that you are just, guys, take the lesson from here. Okay, look at the reaction from there. So it was extremely bearish, but look at the reaction from that new week opening gap. Obviously not from this chart. You will look for from this chart. How beautiful it is acting as as a support. This new week opening gap. I'm not interested to look for a buy. Sorry, sell around this area. Now look over here. How it is respecting this first presented gap. Now maybe it will go through this first presented gap. I don't know. But look at the reaction. How can you say that you should look for a buy around this area? Should not. Like the way it seems like that it is now falling, it is going through this new week opening gap. Isn't it look like the same? It is going through this first presented gap, and then it will go for maybe long time high or something like that. But if you give the priority, the thing I told you, don't take any buy while market is below the first presented gap. Don't take any sell when market is above the new week opening gap. Maybe it would go through this, maybe, I don't know. But when it is not going through that and it is going to use as a support, at least you will be able to avoid that loss, right? Maybe it will go through this, maybe, but before going higher, maybe it will fall little bit, stop you out, then it will go higher. You will be able to avoid those losses, trust me, man. I'm interested to look for sell, not buy yet. Please don't confused by all of this line. If you look on my right over here, it will see you will see that it's very clean. Okay, this two line is the bullish gap to that specific leg. That is the bullish gap. This dotted line is the 50% of that bearish gap. This is the 50% of that bearish gap. New week opening gap, new day opening gap, midnight open, 8:30 open. Okay. Market open, manipulation. I believe this is the expansion. Okay. Market opened here, did the manipulation, fall, retraced to this gap, fall again, reacted from this new opening gap, it will fall again. That is all I am believing right now. Look at the reaction from this first presented gap. See, now as I told, maybe it will go through this, but still I can't hold to the trade, right? See how far it has fallen. Through this, this bullish fair value gap from 50-minute chart is respecting. I want to say body close below this bullish fair value gap. Do you guys get, convinced that why you should not look for buy when market is below the first presented gap? How much handle did it provided here? From there to there, 56 handle. Okay, so even if you are looking for a buy, your stop loss can't cover 56 handle. It's nearly impossible. It can't cover that, even if you are using micro contract. So please don't take buy when market is below the first presented gap, or don't take sell when market is above the first presented gap. Same thing here. Don't take buy when market is above the new week opening gap. Don't take sell, and don't take buy when market is below the new week opening gap. New week opening gap is the closing of Friday, the closing price, and the opening price of Sunday. This is the price where you will get your new week opening gap. This is the last candle for 59 in Friday. As you can see, this is the closing price, and this is the opening price of Sunday, 6 p.m. There is a gap. This gap is called new week opening gap. If that gap happened in normal days, that is called new day opening gap. Okay, Ketan, I didn't know that. Then it got more strong resistance here. I wanted to go for this sell, but the stop loss was not supporting my idea, so I was not able to take that sell. Here, at least that high should be covered. That high was just 23 handle. So if it was like 15 handle, I would go for this trade. But as it was 23 handle, it's not worthy to take that risk around this area. Even if you can see that it reached to the top of this new opening gap here, it could provide me 37 handle, but if I was wrong, I would get like 23 handle loss. So I would didn't want to take that huge loss. Instead, I want to wait for the price action. That's all. My intention is only to look for sell. I keep saying the same thing, so don't think that when I saw this bull run, I started to think about the buy. I told that clearly I'm still looking for sell. Sell is my interest, not buy. So I'm only interested to frame the selling opportunity, not the buying opportunity. Already you have got our 25 handle profit, man. What do you else? What else do you need? To be honest, what else do you need? Why I was bearish? Did I clear that? Did you guys clear that? How did I know that market is going to provide me the lower run? No, maybe I'm wrong, but still, in if I know that market is falling, and if I can get some profit here around this area, anywhere, okay, isn't it enough for being profitable? If you think that it is enough for being profitable, then push the like button. Why you are not pushing the like button, man? Make it make it 150 likes. 200 people are watching. How do I know that where the market is reaching for? Did I explain it from the beginning? Did I show you this is going to happen? This is going to print on our chart. When you will get that, how to look for the direction, trust me, man, entry is just part of this game, nothing else. You will be able to, like here, I could take that sell just because of my stop loss didn't cover. Even it is like 15 handle, I would go for that sell at least until to the top of this new opening gap. Then I would love to hold it until this black line. Just my stop loss didn't cover, I didn't go for that trade. But otherwise, if I know my direction, trading like entry is just a part of this game, nothing else. Good morning, stocks. That's a good news, Sharada. Now, brother, are you going to take a sell here? I'm asking myself, okay, not to you. Are you looking for sell from there, brother? 100% no. Why is that? I need to see this body is going to close below this gap, but it's gonna be too late. I'll let this go. I won't take that trade. I knew that it will fall, but market didn't provide me the opportunity. I won't go for that trade, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna push the button here. I'm not going to do that. Why is that? Body didn't close below this new opening gap yet. So what can happen? Look at that week. See this week? Huge week. So it can be a week. It has still 5 minutes to left to close. It can simply come here and it can close over there. But it is not going to do that. It is true. It's not going to do that. But still, it can happen, right? I'm not interested to take that risk. That black line, keep that in your mind. Look at the reaction here. Brother, they're going to be broken. Why I need to wait? I have to wait because of this type of reaction. This reaction could happen again as well. I don't want to get stopped out over there. So I will wait for that. If I get the opportunity, I'll go for that trade. If I didn't, I'll just let this go. Because out of 5 days, I know that I'll be right 4 days about my direction. The way I explained you the price action, it's gonna be the same thing. Every single day, it's gonna be the same thing. So out of 4 days, I'll be right. Out of 4 days, maybe I will get 3 days entry opportunity. I'll go for those 3 days. Enough. Enough is enough. You need you need no more profit. This candle, I keep saying that please put a stop loss 1 tick above that high, which the candle has made this first presented gap. Okay, so I'm going to mark that high. You will understand why that high is important and 1 tick above that high. Okay, now I just mark a line to that high. Can you see it tapped exactly to that high, not even 1 tick above that high. That's why I prefer to put my stop loss at least 1 tick above that high, which has made this first presented gap. Look at these things. I love to see this. This is called precision. I will wait for 2 minutes 32 more second to see if it can close around this area below this new opening gap. We have missed all the run. No man, you already know where market is reaching for, at least until this black line. So until this black line is still, you have like 36 handle. It's more than enough. I wanna see it will go little higher, then it will make another setup here, then it will fall. I'm willing to take that sell, not this chasing price. I'm not interested to chase this price. This candle can simply close inside this new week opening gap or above the new week opening gap. Maybe it has done its lower job by that run. Now it can simply stop inside this new week opening gap or above that new week opening gap. If it to do that, I'm not interested to look for sell, any kind of sell. I'll keep looking, waiting for the opportunity to see if market can close below this new week opening gap or is it going higher now, because it fall a lot of fallen happened. As I don't have the liquidity below here, that's why I had to mark this black line, which is the 30% of that weekly candle from the last week. Hey FX, thanks for that penguin man. How are you? Any trade yet? Al Hosani, brother, can you please watch the first part of this stream? After completing this stream, please watch the first part. I spent 30 minutes over there just to explain how to look for the bias. 30 minutes, okay? As I didn't do the weekly analysis, so I did the weekly analysis at the beginning of this stream. Last 2 weeks, okay? I don't want to send you much before. Just watch the last 2 week weekly analysis and then come back to the price action. Whatever happened already, as a hindsight, look how accurate they were. That's why this weekly analysis is too important. Hey folks, don't forget to push the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if any of you are new. Okay? I believe that you will be benefited here. This 15-minute candle has closed below this new week opening gap. So I want to see if it can provide me any selling opportunity at least until to the top of this new day opening gap. So from this area to that area, I'm looking for a sell in that area. Or market is going higher for the obvious liquidity which is over here. This high has been taken over here by a shallow run. Here you seeing two shallow run, but if you see from 15 minute chart, it's just one shallow run. So can it go for that all-time high now? I've blown almost four accounts from the past 2 years. That means you didn't blow nothing. I mean, you blow nothing, man. Just four account, just nothing. You did a great job, man. Because like 2 years, four account, just nothing. You are doing the great job, man. Just keep doing that. Be patient. Go slowly. I appreciate that. So as you can see, that market has fallen until this area. Perfect. But I didn't have any opportunity to take that sell. I had only one opportunity here. Because of the stop loss, I didn't push the button around this area. Came until this area. This is the new day opening gap. If you mark the new day opening gap here, this is the 50%. Actually, let me mark it like this way. This is the 50% of that new day opening gap. Market came exactly to that 50%. Now it is going higher. Did it done its lower job, or is it willing to come for this area? I need to make sure that. So I want to see if it would love to fall. It's not going to close above this new week opening gap again from 15-minute chart. It's not going to do that. In the meantime, I will keep looking for sell until market is below the new week opening gap. My target is this black line. So I would love to look for a selling opportunity until market is below this new week opening gap. From 15-minute chart, if it closes above this new week opening gap, I will wait for another selling opportunity or buying opportunity. Both of them are valid now. Previously, the sell is only valid because market should go until some discount level. I didn't have any opportunity to mark any liquidity. As you can see, no opportunity. So that's why I just marked that 30%. It doesn't need to reach until this area. Taken that low. This low has been taken over here. Fall until the 50% of that new day opening gap. Can it go higher? I mean, sorry, can it go higher now? Or will it love to fall? If I get any selling opportunity now, I'll go for that sell. Okay. Because market now is below that new week opening gap. No buy I'm interested to look for until the 15-minute candle again close above the new day opening gap. I'm only interested to look for sell. Right now, if I get any opportunity, I'll push the button for that selling opportunity. Below this new week opening gap, not above that new week opening gap, below that new week opening gap. I'm just observing this gap. I'm not looking for any kind of setup from this gap. I'm just observing it. Okay. At the same time, I would love to see how market is going to work with that bullish parallel gap. Honestly, that body will close at least below the 50% of that gap first. Let me change the color. Make it green. Okay. Working as a resistance, new week opening gap. Happy to see that. But first, I need to see how it is going to work with this bullish gap. I only work with the fair value gap and the liquidity. So if any of you are new here in our channel, you can get confused what this guy is doing by these two chart only, 1 minute and 15-minute chart. I only work with the fair value gap. And in my opinion, direction, fair value gap, weekly analysis, narrative, everything is making our trading much more easier. So I'm not willing to use a lot of things. Instead of that, I will just use the fair value gap to frame my setup. Remember, I'm now able to look for sell. Any kind of selling opportunity, I'll go for that. If I would love to look for a buy now, maybe market has done its lower job. Okay, now market should go higher for this, at least this obvious liquidity. I have to wait a 15-minute candle close above this new week opening gap. Then I'll start to think about this buy side liquidity, which is from 15-minute chart on my right. See this obvious liquidity. So if I mark it to the top, it should be like this. For that buy side liquidity, I have to wait a 15-minute candle close above this new week opening gap. Otherwise, I'll keep looking for sell until this black line. But I have a lot of resistance here, so I'll be careful about them. What was that, AFX? I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to show it, okay, on the comment box. What was that, man? I guess Outlander has read your message as well. I'm also looking for very delivery because of unicorn or daily chart. Okay, so let's see, Rakesh, what is going to happen. We'll see. Rakesh, did you catch that 9:30 entry? First presented gap entry. So I just came back. This black line is the midpoint. No, that black line is the 30% of the weekly candle, last week candle. Thank you, more. Okay, Outlet has read your message, I guess. I'm not going to allow it to our comment box, to be honest. Please don't focus to this fair value gap. Don't focus about here. Just focus these two line. Okay, these two line is important. Their resistance, real resistance are there. Okay, don't focus this one. It is for me. I'm just observing something. Okay, so please don't focus to this gap. Actually, let me make it much more wider. I don't want to see any body close from 15-minute chart above that 50% of that immediate rebalance week. Remember this immediate rebalance week? So far market has taken the buy side liquidity here. This buy side liquidity has taken over here. I want to see it will fall now. And any kind of gap here, I'll look for sell. But before taking that sell, first I need to confirm that market has closed below this fair value gap, that bullish fair value gap. So something like that. I'm waiting for this type of things. It will close here below this weak 50%, or it is the best if it can close below this gap. There will be a gap around this area. I'll look for the sell from there. My first partial will be here, and my second partial or target will be there. This is my whole plan right now. If it happens, I'll push the button. If it doesn't happen, I will keep waiting for another opportunity. Okay. So this is how I first plan and then I execute my trade. It was too much, Rakesh. Huge profit, by the way. Congratulations, brother. I wanted to pass the account, so I did took 3 lot trade, but I forgot that my every per trade stop loss is set to $200 in top step. So even your stop loss, whatever it is, your stop loss, you got stopped out. Perfect, man. That is awesome. I told you what I'm looking for. If I get that, I'll go for the trade. If I don't get it, I'm not going to push the button. Okay. Please don't focus on this one. I'm just observing this gap. Nothing else. Okay. So don't focus on here. Yeah, building confidence is the most important part of trading. If you have the confidence, you'll be able to push the button. You'll be able to hold your trade for so long. You'll be able to take the partial. You'll be able to take re-entry. You'll be able to be confident when market is going against your trend or against your expectation. Everything you'll be get confidence. So build the confidence, make the trading easier. 25. Oh man. I need to see some kind of big candle, like this type of candle, that type of candle. I need those type of candle here to look for a selling opportunity. Let's make it 100 likes at least. With the like button, please. Okay, dollar index has reached to the last gap, which is over here. This is the last gap. If it can go through this last gap, I'll start to think that market is reaching for that constant crossment. If this last gap gives some kind of reaction, send it to that bullish gap over here. It can be the rest of the day it will fall and Nasdaq will keep going higher. We'll see that. Why is that, Murad? I saw that London, yeah, today it didn't work, but it is working as well. I just stopped talking about that because nobody's interested about that anymore. So that's why I stopped talking about the London session. But yeah, it's working perfectly. I can see it. If this candle tap to this gap, I'll take the sell here. Okay. So if it tap over there, I'll go for the sell. Stop loss will be there. Target is this will be partial, and my target will be this rejection block. So I'll put the two contract over there. Just sell it. If this candle close below this gap, then and only then this sell will be valid. If it doesn't close below this gap, it's not valid. Okay. So I'll remove it. It didn't close this gap, so I am not going to take that sell. There is no sell here. Is that your opinion, brother? Or you are saying that market is doesn't provide any sell here? What did you mean exactly? Because later I won't be able to see your comment again. Maybe I'm little late. Maybe I'm little late. Stop loss is for 14 handle. Okay, I'm in. Target profit will be there. I'll try to take a partial here. Okay, so around this area, this will be my partial buy limit. So partial will be around 32 handle, and we'll try to close my trade around this area. I know it is little risky because if I take the partial to the top of this gap, that is the best case of scenario, 25 handle. Mm, no, I'll take this risk. Okay, so I will go until this area, 32 handle. Got stopped out for 14 handle loss. Wait little more. Came back again to this 50% of that immediate rebalanced area. I really don't want to see that. It doesn't need to reach here one more time. It's okay. It came here. I'm watching still the 15-minute candle. If it close above this new week opening gap, then and only then I'll start to look for buy. Otherwise, if it can fall again, close below this new week opening gap, I'll look for short again around this area. If it close above this new week opening gap, then I'll start to think about the buy. No more sell is valid if it close above this new week opening gap. 5 minute is still left, so let's see if it can fall and close at least inside this new week opening gap. Otherwise, I have to start to look for buy again, and I have to think that all the fall has done its job here. It doesn't need to come here anymore. So it will now go higher for that obvious liquidity here. It will go for that. If and only if this 50-minute candle can close out this new week opening gap, then I'll think about the buying opportunity. Still I'm seeing this is liquidity taken, so market has taken this liquidity again. I'm seeing it like this way, that it has taken the liquidity, not the market structure shift, not the fair value gap to enter to a buying opportunity. I'm not seeing it like that way. It will be the market structure shift if and only if this 15-minute candle can close out this new opening gap. Do I need that? 100% I need that to minimize my losing opportunity. In the meantime, if any of you are looking for buy, maybe you can take the buy from here. It's up to you, brother. I'm not saying any of you to follow the things or whatever. If you think this is a buying opportunity anywhere from here, please go for that buy. After this candle, when this candle will close, there will be two more candle. So the last candle, that is the third candle, I want to see two things. First, it will close below this line. Second, it will close inside this new week opening gap. So after this candle, there will be two more candle. The last candle, I want to see it will close here around this new week opening gap, not one tick above that new week opening gap. If it closed above that new week opening gap, I will start to look for buying opportunity instead of selling. So after this candle, okay, the next candle is the last candle of the 15-minute chart. So if the next candle close above this new week opening gap high, I will change my bias. I will start to look for buy. Otherwise, I'm still looking for sell. This is all the liquidity taken. It will close below this new week opening gap. I will start to look for another selling opportunity. If the next candle close inside this new week opening gap or below the new week opening gap is the best. So this is the last candle. I want to see where this candle is going to close. It's very important for me to change my bias or thinking about the market direction. This is the candle which is going to tell me should I look for buy or should I still look for sell. In the meantime, if any of you are looking for buy from here, please go for that. Okay. I'm not saying any of you to hold your buying because I'm not looking for buy. Please, if you think it's a buying opportunity, go for that. The best case of scenario, market will close. That means this candle is going to close below this new opening gap low. So this candle will close below that low. That is the best case of scenario. Bro, why there is no coffee appreciation message? I actually removed it. So you can see this is that week 50%. Here, immediate rebalanced week 50%. It has traded here one time. trade one more time. I didn't expect this is going to happen. Okay, to be honest, I didn't prepare for that. Another time, market is going to retest that 50% of that week. This body has closed below this new opening gap. I'm still looking for sell. Right now, I would love to push the button from this low. If it come here one more time, I'll take the sell here again. I'll go for two contract. Stop loss is gonna be little bigger, but here one tick above the high of this new opening gap. This low will be my first partial. This is going to be my first partial. Okay, here this will be my first partial. Buy limit. Okay. So took the sell from the new opening gap low until the first partial. It's near about 35 handle. Took the stop loss around 14 handle. Don't wanna see that this market will tap to the new opening gap high one more time. So it should reverse from the 50% of that new opening gap 50%. So it is acceptable that it will trade the 50% of that new opening gap. It is acceptable, but to the top of this new opening gap, no, I don't want to see that anymore. It should keep falling now. That is the 14 handle actually here. That was my previous loss. So I want to see that even if it can provide me that loss mitigation opportunity or not. That's why I just kept it over there. No bias in ICT 2004 mentorship. I didn't understand, brother. What did you say? I wanna see at least it can provide me that lost mitigation or not. So let make it like 16 handle, okay? The loss previous loss was like 14 handle, but let's make it 16 handle. But I would love to take the partial around here, not there. This is just for observing. If I would love to mitigate my loss, at least it can provide me that or not. I'll make a line here to mark the 50% of that new week opening gap. So keep that in your mind. This is the 50% of that new week opening gap. Okay? There is the loss mitigation. I'm gonna keep my stop loss now here, okay, around this area. So now please don't follow my stop loss, trailing stop loss, because it's extremely bullshit. Okay, please don't follow the trailing stop loss. Just this thing, don't follow it. Keep the stop loss maybe here. Why I put it over here, because market fall here, and it just took little liquidity. So can it go higher again? If it really would love to go higher, it will keep going higher. If it keep going higher, I'll take a huge loss. So I don't want to take that loss. Instead, I will take re-entry. If I get the opportunity, I'll take re-entry, because market has taken some liquidity and then go higher, but it will fall. I just wanted the precision over here. I got a stop out, so I'm not going to take re-entry, but you'll keep watching this entry. Okay, so it has made that clean lows here. I believe that they will be taken again. I'm not going to take the re-entry, okay, because it's little controversial, but it's okay. Here is the time, I mean, part to take re-entry and put the stop loss in the same level here, around this area, same level. I'm just not going to do that. If any of you would love to take the buy, please go for that. I have no problem with them. If you are interested to look for the buy, I'm just not interested to look for the buy, and I believe that this market will fall at least until the 50% of that gap. Then we'll see if it can go through this or not. By the way, anybody is in this trade? Anybody here who is in this trade? Okay, Ninad, you are in this trade. Okay, I hope, brother, you will get your profit. At least this partial, until this area, you will get your profit. Okay, it is my belief. So let's see if it can provide us that not. I would get a stopped out again. That would be best. Then push the button. Didn't work. Stopped me out again. So it was not bad. Trailing stop loss 7 handle. Make it 7 handle, perfect. I'm not looking for buy. No buying is valid for me. I'm not interested to look for buy. Whoever would love to take the buy, please go for that. I'm not interested to look for the buy. I'll keep looking for sell. I'll look for buy if and only if the candle can close above this new opening gap from 15-minute chart. If it closes above here, then and only then I'll start to look for buy for that green line. Otherwise, I'm not interested to look for buy. If any of you would love to take the buy from this area, maybe you are looking for buy, please go for that. I'm not interested to look for buy until the 50-minute candle close out this new group. I keep repeating these things so that you guys can understand. Now you're seeing that, okay, you are getting stopped out. I'm mitigating my loss. So to entry, I have taken just 21 handle loss. I'll go for the sell again. This candle will close below this gap. I'll go for the sell again. This is my selling last opportunity. If this time market doesn't fall, that means I won't be able to trade in this market anymore. It should fall now. I'm done. I'm not able to trade here anymore because I trade three times by depending on the same opportunity over here without any setup, just using that new week opening gap. Three times I tried and I got a stop out three times. I'm not interested to trade here anymore. No opportunity for me. So far I have taken two losses. If you see for 20 handle loss, so first two entries has provided me 20 handle loss and the last one has provided 21 or 22 handles. So far I have gotten two loss. I'm down for this trade or this area. But still, as the market didn't close above this new opening gap, I'm not interested to think about the buy down. I'm still looking for the sell, this sell side liquidity, this sell side liquidity. They're my interest. Market is just chopping, range bound. I have to wait for the PM session, I guess. Otherwise, from the 1 minute chart, maybe something very specific, perfect setup, then maybe I'll be able to go for that. Otherwise, I'm not interested. I'm not able to trade this market. Not interested because I'm interested to go for the trade, but not able to trade here. One time has provided here. That was the perfect opportunity. Reverse from that 50% of that immediate rebalance. Came here, took that liquidity, fall here. Didn't wait for the perfect things until break that 50%. Tried to catch that run from until that area. Didn't provide me that. Stopped me out. Come back here for the next time, trail my stop loss here, because when it reached until this area, took those lows, it doesn't need to reach, go back again to the top of this new opening gap, go for one more time, 700 loss. Finally it stopped all them out, came back again here, closed below this new opening gap, made this gap, which was the reclaimed gap. In my opinion, still is holding the gap as a reclaimed gap. Tried to catch the run from here. First, this was clean liquidity, then those are the liquidities here. All of this liquidity was should be taken. Tried three time over here. This time the stop loss was little bigger, but didn't work. So I'm not able to push the button here. I'm not willing to take the buy here. I'm not willing to take sell when market is above the new week opening gap. I will do nothing here. Instead, I will wait for the next session maybe, or maybe from this session something very specific. Boom, then I'll be interested. Otherwise, I'm not able to trade here anymore. Intention was that market will fall at least until this black line, but market reached until this area, took previous day's PM session low, that was the PM session low from Friday, took that liquidity, trade the 50% exactly of that new day opening gap, reversed from there. Is it willing to go for that obvious liquidity? If I'm willing to take a buy, first I have to wait for a 15-minute body close above this new opening gap. If I get that, then I will start to look for a buying opportunity. But the way it is leaving the liquidity here, it's absolutely like so so bad to think about the buying over here. Now, all of this price action is choppy. We knew that it is going to happen. Not only today, but also the rest of the day of this week. This is not gonna be the real time to trade. As I told, don't trade here with your real money. Just try to trade here with your able and the paper money. If you want to look for a setup, go for your favorite model. Whatever is your favorite model, 22 YT model, breaker block, inversion, fair value gap, market maker X model, whatever is your model, go for the trade over there with that model. If you would love to trade without your model, that means you are doing something very bad. Either you are forcing the market or you are doing something else, something different. I was using this new week opening gap to my entry opportunity. It didn't work over there. Work with your model. If you don't see that your model is not appeared on the chart, try to trade through your paper trade or the able. Otherwise, there is a possibility to get a lot of losses over here. Not only today, but also this whole week, market is going to do this type of weird price action. It's all is gonna be clear if you watch the first part of this stream. Then you will get all the confusion will be cleared. So the guys who actually missed the first part of this stream, they will get confused. But otherwise, if you have watched the first part of this stream, you already know what we are expecting going to happen. Not only today, but also the whole week. This is the lowest probable week. Still, I'm not bullish. I'm still bearish. All I'm seeing that market has taken all of this buy side liquidity and retest this 15-minute bullish gap. That gap retest over here. Can it fall now again? I'm not bullish yet. So for dollar index has reached to this last parallel gap over here and reacting from there. I believe that this is going to be broken and market is reaching for this area. By today, 100% no. But at end of the day, sorry, end of the week, market will reach for this constant crossment. That is my intention to see. Inshallah, stacks if I'm not dead. But again, I'm saying that please don't involve your real money this week. It's extremely important to understand when you should take the risk and when you should not take the risk. This week is not the week where we should take the risk. Please don't take the risk this week. Okay? This is the week to let the price go. You will get that after seeing this calendar. Look at this calendar, okay? Not even a single red folder news except this unemployment claims, which is just after the bank holiday. So after the bank holiday, it's gonna be the manipulation session around the morning session. So it's gonna be like highly volatile manipulation, which is the lowest probable day to trade. After the holiday, the morning session is the most low probable area to trade. So this week is not for trading. This is the Christmas week. It's for observing the price. Don't trade this market with your real money. If you have like paper money or the evil, maybe you have a lot of evil, then try to pass those evil. Otherwise, don't trade this market. Wow, brother, it is bullish. Okay, if it is bullish, why you didn't take the buy here? Why you didn't take the buy here? Why you are just frustrating after seeing this run? So don't get frustrated. Instead, wait to see if it can provide you that. Though it is the low probable area, that's why I'm saying if you want to go for the trade, wait for your setup. Whatever setup you are using to execute your trade, please wait for that specific setup, your model. Until the model is not appearing here, don't go for your funded account entry. Still 5 minutes left for this candle close. I want to see how this candle is going to close. If it doesn't close here and if it come back again closed inside this new opening gap, I'll still look for bear run. If it doesn't do that and closed here, then I will start to look for buy run. But before that buy run, it has to fall. Remember here, what did I say? Around this area, market has taken the liquidity. If I get the market structure shift here and body close below this bearish bullish gap, then that is the perfect area to look for sell. That is the perfect setup to look for sell. Same thing here. If market go higher, I mean close here, then fall, whatever the bearish gap it will make, I would love to see the body close out that bearish gap, then use the buying opportunity until this buy side liquidity, which is the obvious liquidity, until that area. In the meantime, make sure that you have taken a partial to that first presented gap. Still now, no buying is valid for me. This look like bad. I'm gonna hide them. So this is the last candle from 15-minute chart. That is the last candle. If this candle close above this new opening gap, I will start to look for buy again. In the meantime, I want to see some kind of manipulation, then higher shift. This obvious liquidity is my target. I prefer some kind of partial to the bottom of this first presented gap. So if I am able to look for a buying opportunity from here, that will be the partial. Hold my trade until that green line. Okay, so finally market has closed over here. I want to see some kind of manipulation first, then the distribution again toward that buy side liquidity. Now I'm interested to look for buy again. No sell is valid for me anymore. This liquidity, I don't care about them anymore. I want to see it will left open over there, and it will actually fall little bit to take some liquidity before expanding higher. If it do that, I'll start to look for buy. Closed above this immediate rebalanced area, so I want to see this 50% or that line here. This line will work as a support before market going higher. So if it come back again and tap to this line as a support, then provide me any buying opportunity. I'm interested to look for that buy. If it keep going higher, I will have nothing to do. I'll just let this go. But I want to see it will fall first, take some liquidity, at least reached to this line, which is the 50% of that immediate rebalance week. At least use this line as a higher time frame PDRA, then it will go for that obvious liquidity. If it happens, I'm interested. Otherwise, I'm not going to touch it. We needed the low run. Market has provided the low run over here after 9:30. This is the 9:30 candle closed here, fall, took all the sell side liquidity, all of this liquidity, violated this new week opening gap but supported this new day opening gap. So it's like of event horizon area. All of this area is event horizon area. Then closed out this new week opening gap again. Can it keep going higher for that buy side liquidity? That is my interest. But before that, I want to see it will take some liquidity first. So if it do that, then I'm interested. Otherwise, I'm not interested. For example, if I saw that this low has taken that low, which I have marked as a relatively equal lows. Yeah, it went little lower of that low, but it's too shallow. Okay, if it was a clean lows and tap to this 50% maybe, then I would start to look for a buy from this gap To be honest, it's an opportunity to look for a buy from this gap. So as you can see here, though it's risky, but it's an opportunity and a perfect opportunity, to be honest. Though it's risky, but this is the perfect opportunity to go for the buy. At least that should be the partial. I know it's 15 handle, very small, but still that should be the partial, that should be the target from this gap, that gap. Okay, I'm just not going for that because I am already exceeded my limit. My limit has been exceeded already. So that's why I'm not going for that buy. Why I would love to go for that buy? Because of the stop loss. Stop loss is just 12 handle 2 tick. It's a very small stop loss. So it's supporting my idea that my stop loss is not huge. Like if it was like this, I wouldn't go for this. As it is like this, I'm pretty much confident to take that entry, though it didn't take, it has taken this with a shallow run, so I prefer that. The liquidity has taken already over there. I prefer to go for that buy. I'm not interested to because I'm already exceeded my limit. That's why I'm not going for this buy. Okay, that should be the partial at least, and then I will hold my trade until this line, which is the my liquidity. Honestly, this candle will work as an order block. This black candle will work as an order block. So if it come here, it will work as an order block, this line. Okay? And my interest to see that market is not going to close below the 50% of that candle. So here, around the 50% of that candle. This is the mean threshold of that specific candle. Okay, I don't want to see that body close below that candle. I am not in this trade because I have already exceeded my limit here. Otherwise, I would go for that one. That should be the partial 16 handle because this is the first presented gap. It can stop the price, send it lower again. I don't want to get stopped out here, so I would love to take the partial here. Would love to put my stop loss to the break even. Now I didn't do it yet because my interest to put the stop loss here around this 6 handle. Would love to hold my trade until this area, which is actually 6 to 1 handle, but at the same time maybe you can close or trail your stop loss, whatever, we'll see. So here, if you ask me what is the best case of scenario to close the trade, here around this area, that is the best case of scenario to close the trade, or maybe until to the top of this first presented, yeah, top of the first presented gap is okay. Yeah, that is okay, or maybe until just above that liquidity, which is the clean lows, sorry, clean highs over there. Here, this high and that high, that is the high which has made this fair value gap valid, and this is the high which has made this uh high with that high related equal highs or some kind of bicep. Look at the reaction from the first presented gap low. See this low? Look at the reaction. How beautiful that reaction is. So strong that reaction. I'm always afraid for those type of reaction. I'll put my stop loss just here below that candle by believing that this down close candle is going to hold the price and sending the price higher again. Test the order block and the mean threshold of that order block. Want to see market will close above the 50% of that first presented gap. So wanna see a body close above the 50% of that first presented gap now. Whenever it will close one tick above that line, I'll put my stop loss to the break even. For event horizon, brother, I have made a video which has clearly explained the event horizon. I believe that you will get it inside the study folder. You can watch that video, brother, and it's very clear over there. I don't want to see that this candle will again tap to this line, the lower line. It should not touch that lower line anymore. It should work with the upper line. If even if it would love to work, it should work with the upper line and keep going higher at least until this 50%. Then we'll see how it is going to close around this area, then to the top, and finally that buy side liquidity. I'm not in this trade because I have already exited my limit. This is the partial that can't be ignored. This partial can't be ignored. Always remember this first presented gap, new week opening gap, new day opening gap, they're extremely strong. So you are going against those, those area. Here I'm going against this area, right? This is working as a resistance here. As you can see, previously market is working as a resistance here. Still I'm going against that resistance area. So what I will do, I'll take a partial here, put my stop loss in a logical level where I'll think that this is a logical level. It should not get breached or something like that, because if it breach it right now, it can simply go for this liquidity here. It can come for this liquidity. So I don't need to take that risk to put the stop loss here right now. It is illogical. Previously it was logical because market could simply came until this area, then closed above the mean threshold of that order block, then it can go higher. So right now when the mean threshold of that order block has been respected, the top of this order block has been respected. Look, I told it can come back again until the top of this line, but it should not reach for this line, the mean threshold line, because this order block retest is accepted, but this constant mean threshold traded is not accepted, because if it trade the mean threshold, it can simply keep falling for that liquidity. I don't want to see these things here, but my stop loss is there just below that order block, because sometimes shit happens. So if it is the shitting that market is actually trading retest it one more time, then it will go higher, then I'm not stopping me out prematurely. So that's why my stop loss is over here. But when it has tapped to this mean threshold, there is much more possibility it will fall for this sell side liquidity now. The reaction from this first presented gap sending the price for this sell side liquidity. That is why the partial taken here is extremely important. I'll trail my stop loss if and only if market can close above that line. If market can close above that line, I'll trail my stop loss. Until then, I won't be able to trail my stop loss. My stop loss should be here to cover that order block here. Okay. In the meantime, if it can make a fair value gap over there and the third candle doesn't close that fair value gap 100%, I'll be able to trail my stop loss. Again, target can be until this area, until that area, but I prefer until that 39 handle, which is actually this highs. So it's up to you. If you want to hold it until that area, it's up to you. But I prefer until this area, 39 handle is more than enough. See this gap, if market can leave that gap open by the next candle, okay, not this candle, by the next candle, if it can leave that open, I'll be able to trail my stop loss to the break even. If it can leave this open by the next candle, okay, because this candle is going to make this gap, I want to see the by the next candle. This candle has taken that high, my stop loss will be at the break even here. This will be my stop loss now. It has closed this unfilled gap 100%. So that means it's not interested to go higher with speed. It can spend a lot of time here because it has fully filled that gap. So it's not interested to go higher with first move, but slowly it can go over there. My stop loss is to the break even. I'm safe over here. When the body will close above that line, I'll put my stop loss below that candle which has fully filled that gap. Just one tick above that line, my body closed, my stop loss will be to the this area, okay, here. But it is going to be validate if and only if the body close above that line. If it doesn't close above that line, my stop loss will be to the break even. Again, this is my trailing stop loss. It doesn't mean that you are going to follow it because it's too tight trailing stop loss. But I prefer that. Okay, I prefer. So my stop loss is not here yet. My stop loss is at the break even. I'm just not going to remove it because I believe that it won't come back again. So it will keep going higher. But my stop loss is at the break even yet, not here. No, sorry, not there. Look at the reaction of the first presented gap. See the reaction from there. Too dangerous. Too dangerous. No, I didn't mark it from body to body. I marked it from week to week. And if you're asking about the first presented gap, I used that volume balance. I added that volume balance here. Just added that volume balance. So it has closed above that line. As you can see here, it has closed above that line. Okay, right here. It has closed above that line. So my stop loss is now here around this area, or maybe I'll just cover the 50% of that week. So I'll put it just one tick below this gap here. Because market has taken the liquidity, now it can reverse for this sell side liquidity. I don't want to get a stop out over here. I took my partial over here. I put my stop loss over here that I covered some profit, maybe 5 handle. I don't care about that, but still I covered some profit. Not going to get loss if market doesn't reach over there. I'm not going to get any losses, so I'll keep it over there. The best case is to put here, but I'll take it over there. And I wish that market will keep going higher because look at the reaction from the 50% of that first presented gap. See this 50% reached to the 50%. Look at the reaction. I don't want to see any kind of reaction like this. Honestly, it will keep going higher. I'm working against a very strong resistance. Okay, I'm just working against this resistance. So I have to work with my stop loss instead of the holding the price so long and put the stop loss over here. I am not interested to put my stop loss here anymore. I will I would love to get stopped out over here. You don't need it. You maybe put it to stop loss to the break even to see if it can go higher wherever you were expecting. It can go over there or not. That's the real setup. Here. Okay, I got stopped out here. My trade is done. I took the partial there. I got stopped out here. My trading is done. I'm not interested to hold the trade anymore. As it reached here, as you can see, consequent crossment rejection, send the price lower. And now, is it reaction? I believe this is reaction and sending the market until this 50% of that. Sorry, I'm not 50% until that bullish gap from 15-minute chart. So let me mark the bullish gap from 15-minute chart over here around this area. So I believe that it will reach until this gap. Then it will go higher again. I got stopped out here with my profit. I'm cool. I'm done. This was the sign that I'm not going higher. Maybe I'll go higher, but slowly, not speed, not this type of things. That is the sign. That's why I want to see this is gonna be unfilled. If it is unfilled, then I'm so much confident about thinking that this market is going higher. Keep going higher, keep going higher, keep going higher. If it is not unfilled, I'm not interested to think that this market is keep going higher with the speed or something like that. It can do this type of reaction. Now the most important part is to look for this low consequent crossment, the reaction from those levels. That is the most important thing. That is why I told no buy is valid when market is below this first presented gap. Even if you are able to take a buy, make sure that you have taken a partial when it tapped to the low. Maybe if and only if you are overzealous to the constant crossment or to the top, but low is the most secured area. Look at the reaction. Boom. Just look at that reaction. It's awesome. Okay, it's already 11:33. So after 11:33, I'm not interested to trade. This day, I'm gonna give an overall conclusion before closing the stream. So let me actually go to the weekly chart first. These things I have already done around the beginning of this stream, but I'm going for one more time. Visibility, monthly, weekly, daily, hourly. Perfect. So this is the weekly chart for dollar and sorry, for Nasdaq. That is the bullish gap. Market didn't close even, not even below the bullish gap 50%. It didn't close over here. Okay? So when market didn't close below the 50% of that area, I should keep thinking about the all-time high again. But I'm not interested to think that market is going to all-time high again. Instead, I'm interested to think about market will fall. It has worked with this volume balance here and now closed there. I want to see it will close at least the 50% of that week over here from that weekly chart. I want to see it will close below that week 50% over here, at least below that area. And then I will start to think about that sell side liquidity, long term sell side liquidity from the weekly chart. But so far, the price action is showing me that I should keep looking for that all time high again from the weekly chart because this bullish parallel gap is holding the price. I should keep thinking about that, but that selling is in my mind, so I will work with that selling until it doesn't prove me wrong. That means if it give me bull run, okay, that it's obvious that market is going to take that high when I'll be in lower time frame, that's all gonna be very much easier for you to understand when I will start to think that market will take that all time high. Until that kind of scenario, I'm looking for sell instead of buying. I'm looking for sell. Why is that? To understand that, I am going to daily chart. Now from the daily chart, it reacted from the -2 standard deviation tick by tick, which is absolutely perfect. And then look at the reaction with a bearish gap. What a nice bearish gap. I don't want to see body will work with the upper portion of this bearish gap from the daily fair value gap. At the same time, I have this breaker block here around this area. So if you see from the low to the high, this is the breaker block around this area. In this breaker block, I don't want to see market will work with the upper portion of this breaker block. It will work with the lower portion of this breaker block. Then it will keep falling for this sell side liquidity, that sell side liquidity. Then here I have some sell side liquidity here, here. All of this sell side liquidity will be, market will work with that. In the meantime, market is working with the bullish fair value gap from the daily chart, last fair value gap. Nobody has closed even inside this last gap. So it is showing me that I'm looking for the all-time high. But at the same time, when I've got that -2 standard deviation reaction, I'm believing that market has done its all-time high job. It's already done. Now market is falling for some kind of liquidity. So I'm pushing myself to think about sell. The price is telling me I should keep looking for buy because this last parallel gap is bullying. So do you understand what type of situation I am? Now I have to wait until that day where either market will close above the constant crossment or market will close below this last parallel gap. I have to wait until that day. Now it can happen by today. Maybe today market has closed here by today. Okay. So I will think about buying opportunity again instead of selling, because that bearish parallel after a big bull run, I need to wait for a bearish gap. If it worked with this bearish parallel gap, lower portion of this gap, I can keep thinking about sell. But if it close up here, I will start to get rid of that selling thinking. No more selling is valid. Now maybe it will take this whole week. What it will do by this whole week, maybe this Monday market is did that type of accumulation, then Tuesday market is done this, in Wednesday market came here again, in Thursday market come here again, in Friday market closed here again. Okay, this is how this whole week market will work. Now if it work like that way, that means I will have no buying, I will have no selling, I will be in decision. I need some kind of candle to close here or to close there. Any of this has to happen before determining my bias. I'm now in middle position of thinking buying and selling. I don't know guys, is it getting clear to you or not? I'm just trying my level best, okay? So that you can understand when and how we should look for that things. So here it's in indecision mode, but so far I'm thinking that it will fall and it will go for those liquidity level. If it started to go higher, then I will start to mark this leg. Look at that leg. I'll start to mark that leg for my standard deviation again. The way I marked it here, then it will be here, because low, high, lower low. Until this area, there is no other lower low except this one, except that one. So I had to go for that leg to mark my standard deviation. And when I went for week to week, it's -2 standard deviation. So it's not hindsight. We have outlined this when market was there around this area. Then we have outlined all of this line over there. Now when it reacted from that area and this reaction is awesome, I am keep looking for sell now. I'm not interested to think about the buy. Just I need some more confirmation to think about that sell. If it give me the bulling opportunity, I'll just remove my selling thing from my mind and I'll start to look for that buy. If I go to the hourly chart, this is the hourly chart, and so far you can see that this is the buy side liquidity, this is the hourly last favorable gap, this is the hourly entry favorable gap. So market has worked with the 50% of that hourly entry favorable gap. I don't care about the entry gap fully traded or 50% traded or something. I really don't care about them. All I care about this last gap. So if market can close above that gap 50%, then I will start to think about that buy side liquidity. But to be honest, I don't want to see that. So here is that breaker block. Actually, let me resize it. Yeah, this is that daily, sorry, yeah, daily breaker block. That big block is the daily breaker block. You can see from the hourly chart, market came here, fall, took all of this liquidity has been taken, traded this last gap from the hourly chart here. I'm not going to mark it, but if you want, you can mark it. That is the last favorable gap from the hourly chart. It has perfectly traded that hourly gap. Look at the reaction after trading that last gap. Took that buy side liquidity, traded the 50% of that breaker block, also the entry gap. Observing these two gap, if market doesn't close below the 50% of this gap, it's bullish. If it can close below this gap 50%, it's bearish. And if it is bearish, then this is the sell side liquidity I have, sell side liquidity I have, sell side liquidity I have, and the extreme sell side liquidity I'll have over there. If it work with the upper portion of this last gap from the hourly chart, so as you can see, it came to and tapped to this last parallel gap, worked with the upper portion, keep going higher, break all of this area, then and closed above this breaker block 50%, I will start to think about the buy until the last parallel gap from the hourly chart. And then if it can go through this buy side liquidity all time high, which I don't want to see. From 15-minute chart, this is that bearish gap from the daily chart. I'm going to remove this bearish gap from the daily chart. This is that breaker block. I'm going to keep it from the breaker block. This is the area or the range from 15-minute chart here. This range is the new day opening gap with this gap over here, which is the entry gap. Okay, in my opinion, above this entry gap, I have another small gap over here around this area. But to be honest, I want to see this gap area or that area, which is actually aligned with the new day opening gap. So my interest to see those new day opening gap. Can market reach until this new day opening gap before falling again, or is it keep falling and protecting that high? So this is all I'm interested to see right now. Here, this high and that high, they are the relatively equal highs. A very thick line. I'm oversure that you can't see this, but here, this high and that high, they are the relatively equal highs. Market fall. Take that liquidity here, this low, which is the previous day's PM session low from the Friday. Took that liquidity, trade this gap or the new day opening gap 50% exactly. Now keep going higher. That was the buy side liquidity here, and this is the new day, new work midnight open. It was extremely in what to say, I mean the discount. When it will go above that midnight open, that's gonna be premium, and I believe that if it can go through that midnight open, it will take those liquidity relatively equal highs. I'm just not interested for that today. I want to see that even if it can take that liquidity, then it will fall again, something like that. From 1 minute chart, until market doesn't, I mean I should look for a sell, right? Previously I should look for a sell because market should go until this area. That was obvious, and there was that 30%. I preferred that market will reach until this 30%, but it didn't do that. First opportunity to look for sell is that first presented gap. Market has taken all of this buy side liquidity. See, this buy side liquidity has been taken over here, provided as the first presented gap. Tap to this gap, fall dramatically, come back again to this gap, made that relatively equal highs, fall again, came until this area 50%. I was looking for sell here because market was below this new week opening gap. I got stopped out here. If you look for any opportunity here for model, I don't have any model over here, so I was just using this new week opening gap to look for myself. Finally market has closed over here from the 15-minute chart, which is above this new week opening gap. Now I should keep looking for buy. My extreme buy side liquidity is this obvious liquidity here. That is my extreme buy side liquidity around this area. Now my first opportunity was to look for and buy if market can take that liquidity and then finally tap to this 50%, which market didn't do. In the meantime, I've seen that market has taken that low with a shallow run, a very small shallow run. It's possible that market will take that liquidity one more time before going higher. But at the same time, when it is like above the new week opening gap, closed over there, gave me the market structure shift here around this area. Market structure shift provided me this fair value gap. I want to see how much is gonna be the risk over here, how much the risk is going to be. If the risk is limited, for example, if I go for this liquidity, it's 20 handle, but I prefer to put my stop loss below the candle which has made this fair value gap, so over here, which is kind of 13 handle. So I would love to prefer to take that 13 handle loss, would love to take a partial here around this area, then maybe I'll put my stop loss to the break even to look for another opportunity or anything, something like that. That was the reaction I was telling you. I'm not interested to look for sell. This is just a reaction from the first presented gap low. Look how market went through this first presented gap. What a beautiful run. Okay, so it has taken, I mean traded that 50%, sent the price lower again. If your stop loss is over here, you will never get stopped out, never ever. But I prefer that it will tap to this gap at least before going higher, but it didn't do that. It's still okay. Let me remove this two line, trade this gap one more time, which is the what to say, I mean this type of gap is called the what to say, I mean the reclaimed gap. Used this gap again, boom, this gap, and if you remember that gap, they are the same gap. So I wanted to use this gap to look for sell. Here I would love to use this gap to look for buy. This gap and that gap, they're the same gap, just inverse to it. Either way, you can see market perfectly closed out this gap, used this gap as a support, boom, boom, took all the liquidity. This liquidity, that obvious liquidity, everything has been taken. I'm not able to look for this buy until the 15-minute candle close over here. When market has closed over there, I'm now good to go to look for buying opportunity around this area. if you want to ask me if there is any other opportunity to look for uh, buy except that 22 YT model which is here, market has shifted here, sorry, market shift, fair value gap, trade that fair value gap one, two, three, four times, so many times, and finally made the lowest down close body close candle, which is the perfect order block below this word, below this order block. Because of that reaction, order block, lowest down close body close candle, open, extend it to your right, retest this order block, keep going higher. I was looking for buy after 11:30. I'm not interested to trade anymore. I'm done for the trade. So this all the whole plan for the trade here. If you don't trail your stop loss, or if you just keep, which I never do, but yeah, at the same time, as you can see, if you don't move it, it will work. And in the social media, you are used to, you see this type of things, right? Their setup work perfectly. But the problem is when we are in trade, after taking the partial, we actually put the stop loss to the break even and we get stopped out over here. Okay. But in social media, you will see that my stop loss is over here. Remember, I took that entry, stop loss was over here. Look how beautifully it has worked. But in reality, it doesn't work like that way. I will get stopped out here or maybe to the top. Then I will start to look for another opportunity to look for buy. If I get that opportunity, I'll go for that buy. In short, that was the whole plan or everything from the beginning. We have outlined that sell, we have outlined that buy. Here, all of this area, no entry is valid. Now the guys who are with me for new, who are new, don't look for my trade, don't look for my entry, don't look for my anything. Okay, just expect what I'm explaining when and how you should look for your bias. That is my intention to to teach you, or I'm not teaching you, to share with you guys. Okay, how I'm going to determine my bias, why I was looking for sell, and why I would start to look for buy with confidence. If it didn't reach until this area, I would never look for sell. Even if the body closed above this area, I would keep waiting for a selling opportunity. I would never look for the buy. I explained why I'm starting now looking for a buy, because market didn't reach until this black line. It doesn't need to reach until this area. If it could reach until this area, which is the 30% of that previous week candle, then it is the best case of scenario. But it doesn't need to until reach until this area, because I have the liquidity here, that low and this low, that was the liquidity. So market has already taken the liquidity, it doesn't need to reach until this area. So if market can close above this new week opening gap, now I'll be able to look for buy. For example, if there was no new week opening gap, I'll start to look for an buying opportunity from this area. As I had the new week opening gap, I had to wait for a 15-minute candle close above this new week opening gap. It has closed there. It is a risky entry, to be honest. It's a risky entry, but still 13 handle is nothing, right? According to your 61 handle, it's just nothing. You can take that risk, though it was risky, but it worked perfectly with that 15-minute bullish gap, which has been reclaimed as well. Let me actually keep it over there. From the 15-minute chart, let me show you this one more time. This is that bullish gap which has worked here as a reclaimed gap as well. From here, this bullish gap veil, I really expect that market will tap to this top of this gap at least. But as you can see, there is a little volume balance. This candle close, this, sorry, this candle open, this candle close. So if you go with the ICT concept, then it has already traded the bullish gap over there. Okay, I prefer to body. As you have seen the first presented gap today, I marked from the volume balance. So here, as you can see, I have marked the first presented gap from the volume balance. So this candle close or open, and this candle close, there is a volume balance. So I just marked it from that volume balance instead of that week, because I was afraid that maybe market will tap to this volume balance and then it will fall. That's why I just marked it from there. Okay, and then finally market reached here to that obvious liquidity, which is over here. Obvious liquidity, I really would love to see that market will come back again below here and it will be consolidation or accumulation day. It's not gonna be expansion day, and market is going to go for all of them. Okay, this is the London high, this is the PM session high from Friday, and this is the AM session high from Friday. So they can be taken as well. I'm observing this now these days. I have started it to observe from today, actually, not now these days, from today, how the market is going to work with the session liquidity. So that's why you can see some more line here. PM session low. That was the PM session low from Friday. Market has taken that PM session low. So where is my PM session high? This is my PM session high. Can market reach for that PM session high, or is that any important role over here? So I'm just trying to figure that out. Okay. So yeah, that's all. And the AM session low has been taken already. So it's not, that was the London low. This is the London high, which is still untaken here. The London low has been taken lot of times already. So can it go for that London high and the PM session high, or will it love to fall a little bit? Shutipong, I have already made a video about event horizon in our YouTube channel. You can check that, brother. You mark the gap from body to body. Which gap, Jack, you are asking? I think we have talked about this already. Yeah, I have already talked about this. Do you think 1001 high will be taken by today? I have already explained what I'm expecting. I believe that it's 100% clear to all of you. It should be clear. Ping pong between two or more PDR arrays. Yep, absolutely, brother. My target has been smashed 500 USD today. Congratulations, Alan. Kitty, if you think this week will be bearish, market should go do the manipulation upside. But yeah, it's true, Jack. If I'm looking for that lower run, that should be the highest manipulation around the Tuesday. The problem is Wednesday we have the holiday. Okay, so it's not gonna be the, like, narrative is not going to work the way it should work, because we have one day off in Wednesday. So I'm really not interested to think about the narrative that much, but still I will keep looking for if it work like that way. I mean, accumulation can provide me by this Monday, but I prefer that manipulation should be done by today, and tomorrow it should be like expansion. It's all because of the holiday in in the Wednesday. Okay, thank you guys. I really thought that I'll close my stream around 11:30. It's already 11:54. Anybody has any question? If you have, just let me know. If you don't have, then just push the like button. And don't forget, one winning trade is more than enough. You don't need to go for thousands winning trade. Just go for one winning trade. Observe this first presented gap and see how beautifully it is working. If it works and if it give you the confidence, use this one only for being profitable. Every day will come around 9:30. You'll push one time button. If it works, perfect. If it doesn't work, just let it go. That day, just let it go. Do this, and like with your paper money, obviously not real money. Just observe it for 1 month, 2 months, as long as you need to build your confidence. When your confidence will be built, which I believe that it's gonna be built very soon, then use this gap only for 25 handle. Every day will come, push the button, maybe it will take maximum 30 minutes, your trade is done. Need to think about this market anymore. Okay, it's done. Whatever it wants to do, let it do. We don't care. It's something like macro. When I explained the macro entries, it was something like that. So right now I'm showing you something else from the first presented gap, where you need nothing. In macro, you just need to spend 20 minutes, just 20 minutes to get your trade. The first presented gap around 9:30 will come until it provide you the entry opportunity. Done. No, I'm not coming around the PM session, brother. Uh, I have to go outside actually. I'm trying to do the driving lesson, so I won't be able. I don't have the time actually, because I have to find the driving license. So thank you guys for being over here, and make sure that you have pushed the like button before leaving the stream here. Just push the like button before leaving the stream. So until the next time, cheers guys.